way of Michael Benson, but from 78 Sports TV, the quote from Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder has declared that he wants Tyson Fury to, quote, step aside and allow him to unify against the winner of the Andy Ruiz Jr. and Anthony Joshua rematch next year, if that opportunity arises. He added, I don't feel Fury wants to fight me again anyway. Now, obviously, not what you want to hear in terms of a big fight that is, quote, signed. And again, Mike Coppinger is out there saying Wilder Fury 2 is signed. Shout out to UK Rob, our co-host, asking Mike, and Mike replying on Twitter about this. But whether or not this fight is signed or not, I think is kind of irrelevant at this point. I do believe that regardless of what Wilder is saying in the media, and Wilder is one of those guys, and having interviewed him several times, he kind of rambles. So he says a lot of stuff that isn't necessarily true, is contradictory to things he has said in the past within that same interview. So when you have a guy that just kind of rambles a lot, I'm not surprised he has said something along this line. And I'll be honest, I'm surprised it took this long for this sort of quote to come out from Deontay Wilder about Andy Ruiz and rather fighting him than Ortiz or Fury. But again, I don't think that will happen. I think PBC, Heyman, even Team Wilder, I think everyone involved there that's in his ear will go, look, you can fight, you can try to get out of this Tyson Fury fight, obviously, and you can try to fight the winner of Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua, but let's shore up this storyline. Because if we beat Fury in convincing fashion, we can move on to the winner of Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua, with so much leverage in our pocket that there's no way we don't get a great deal. If we go to them without that win, our leverage isn't the same. Let's just be honest about that. So I think whoever is in Wilder's ear is going to tell him that, regardless of whether or not Wilder's out there in the media saying, look, I would love for Fury to step aside for me to fight Andy Ruiz or Anthony Joshua, but I don't think that's really going to happen. I don't think it would be the smart play. It's not the smart long-term play. Definitely short-term, it makes sense. I mean, it's the bigger fight, bigger money, of course, is the winner of Ruiz-Joshua, but I think long-term, you make so much more money by beating Fury first. I don't see how Eddie Hearn and AJ or Andy Ruiz and his team don't hardball Deontay Wilder for having that draw on his record, for not having that big significant win. And if it's Andy Ruiz, and let's say in theory he beat AJ twice, you think he's going to try to give Deontay Wilder an equitable deal, or even if he should? It's the same case if AJ wins. Or in the case of AJ winning, we have a trilogy possibility with Ruiz and Joshua. So, again, I think long-term, it's the smart play to go to a Tyson Fury rematch. And if it is, quote, signed, as Mike Coppinger said, then why avoid it now? It's already signed. It's already going to be a big fight. And it's also, it keeps you within the same PBC branding of Fox because it's a co-Fox ESPN pay-per-view. So, again, I'm quite curious as to why Wilder is saying this, but then again, he's a guy that rambles. It's not that shocking. Let me know in the chat, in the comment section, what you guys think. Do you think Wilder is going to really try to get Fury to step aside and not fight him in the first quarter of 2020? Or is this Wilder just rambling and we get a Wilder Fury 2 in the first quarter of 2020 as expected, as it has been reported to be signed? And on top of that, talked about from Bobby Arum and others as a signed fight. Again, I think this is just a little bit of a rambling person and then the quote taken off. Moving on.